So 49ers training camp has officially begun because they just finished their first practice with pads. And yes, Ricky Pearsall, the rookie receiver, was back from his hamstring injury. However, he did not participate in team drills. It's going to be a slow ramp up for Ricky Pearsall over the course of this second block of training camp practices. You might have heard by now that Brock Purdy did throw 3 interceptions. However, there is some necessary context because a lot of those picks cannot be attributed solely or at all to the quarterback. I'll go through them. First, in the red zone, Brock Purdy threw to Logan Thomas, 49ers' new tight end, and Logan Thomas just got out-muscled by Isaac Yiadom, who's the big, wiry, strong new cornerback that the 49ers picked up. Is with the New Orleans Saints last year, had 11 pass breakups. Well, he broke up this pass by hitting Logan Thomas at just the right time in the end zone, and the ball popped up in the air, and Fred Warner was able to notch the pick. Second interception from Brock Purdy was on a corner route. He might have slightly overthrown it, but it was still catchable for the second-year tight end, Braden Willis, and Braden Willis just got out-muscled by Diamador Lenore. We know that Lenore plays bigger than his size, but he's 200 pounds at most, and he was able to outwork Braden Willis, who's 240, near the sideline. So impressive play for Lenore, not a great play for Braden Willis. And then the third interception, this is one that Purdy shouldn't have thrown, but it was in the red zone, and Aaron Banks just got beaten cleanly off the line of scrimmage by Javon Hargrave, 49ers defensive tackle. Played the end of last season with a hamstring injury. He said the other day it slowed him down. He's healthy now. He is ripped by Aaron Banks, and he was in Purdy's face immediately. And it's one of those where you're in the red zone, you've got to just take the sack, throw it away. You can't force that ball into the middle, and I'm sure that's something that Brock Purdy will take a note of, but that was the third interception. In general, the 49ers offense wasn't very sharp today, whether it be red zone work or work in the middle of the field. There were some struggles for the 49ers offense. So there were touchdowns in the red zone. Purdy, Jauan Jennings did score a couple in the red zone. Purdy did connect on a couple as well. There was a very, very good battle. I've talked about the dog fight before because it's happened once already in camp. Today it happened for the second time. Renardo Green against Jauan Jennings. Remember Renardo Green loves to call himself a dog. We know that Jauan Jennings is a dog. Renardo actually won this battle. He was doing some first-team cornerback work because the 49ers saw some of their starters have scheduled days off today. That included Charvarius Ward. That allowed Renardo to get his first action with the first team. And the fact that he's been able to go toe-to-toe physically with Jauan Jennings, I think speaks a lot to Renardo Green's attitude. And he's taken the same thing that made him the ACC pass breakup leader, same thing that made him such a good corner against top flight first round competition like Ricky Pearsall, like Brian Thomas Jr., like Malik Neighbors. He shut those guys down in college. Renardo Green is taking that here to the NFL in his work against Jauan Jennings. Backup quarterback competition. Both quarterbacks were missing some throws. Brandon Allen has missed some short throws over the first part of this training camp that I think needs to get rectified because you need a higher floor. We talked about that with Trey Lance. His floor was too low for the backup spot. You need to make sure you hit those bread and butter throws, and I know that Brandon Allen has been missing a couple of those. And Josh Dobbs at the very end of practice, he missed Danny Gray in the red zone, and it wasn't all too hard of a throw over the middle. And Danny Gray just started punching the goalpost in frustration. Ken Norton Jr. style, except he wasn't celebrating on the play. A couple more nice plays for Deebo Samuel today, including a reverse. They went to Jordan Mason to the right and Deebo around the other way. And Jair Brown laid a nice hit on Deebo Samuel at the end. Remember, pads are on. You can't tackle to the ground, but there is a little bit more contact. And 2 young tight ends made plays. Cam Latu, who dropped all those passes last training camp, made his first catch of this training camp on a nice crosser running catch. And then we saw Mason Pline, college basketball player turned into football player. He's about 6'7", 6'8". Caught a deeper corner pass from, I forgot if it was Dobbs or Brandon Allen. I'm going to have to go check the notes in more detail, but it was a deeper corner pass over Chase Lucas, new defensive back for the 49ers, was with the Lions before, and they took advantage of Pline's height, and he hauled it in. So good for Latu, good for Pline. Otherwise, offense a little bit shaky. It's all good. First day of pads at training camp. 49ers will be back out here tomorrow. 2 more days in this second block.